Wow, this is a great turnout. When I walked in, I asked, who am I opening for? You know, I was waiting for the main attraction. This is awesome. This is awesome that everybody's out here, and it does matter at Montana. I want to start out with a few thank yous. President Ingstrom, thank you for giving me this opportunity. You know, Kent, thanks for thinking outside the box. And this is a tough process, especially at a place like this, to hire a football coach, and especially one outside the family. And I appreciate that he reached out to me and that I'm standing here today. You know, I need to thank my parents. Back in the day, when I was making no money, I wanted to be a coach, and they supported me all the way through all these small college jobs, and gave me a chance to get here where I'm at. And my wife Joan, she hung with me, and when I was making $12,500 as an offensive coordinator and a head baseball coach and running a dorm, you know, it was tough. But you know, there's always something positive in everything. And when you're making $12,500 and running a dorm, you know she really loves you. You know? My boys, Joe and Sam, you know, it's one of the proudest things that I've done is never move them. You know, 15 years, it was going to take a great job for me to do that to my kids, and they're excited, and we're excited to have them in this city, this culture, this environment. You know, I want to raise my boys here, and I appreciate what they're giving up to come here, and especially Sammy. You know, his 5th grade class, Mr. Sauter's class back at Fremont Elementary, are watching right now. And Sammy, come up here and say hi to him. Way better. Just way better. He is sacrificing a huge birthday party tomorrow night to be here, and his friends are all going to be there. So I want to shout out to Sarah a happy birthday. He'll be back to give her present here in a few days. But anyway, I also want to thank Colorado School Mines. That's another situation that they hired me with no head coaching experience 15 years ago, gave me an opportunity, and it was awesome. And I wasn't leaving for just any job. And I planned on being there the rest of my life. And Kent's call got my wheels spinning. And I never even thought about Montana before he had called, because I didn't think it would be realistic. You know, it's such a great program in my mind, and it was something that since Joe Glenn started talking about Montana when I joined his staff in 88 and 89, that I never fathomed the chance of standing here and talking to you about being the head coach at Montana. You got to pinch me right now. So, you know, Colorado School Mines was awesome, treated me great, and we are leaving that program in great shape. And I look forward every Sunday to open the newspaper and see them win football games. Former players, they're why I'm here, and that's what it's all about. But anyway, 29 years of preparing for this day. And only a great job is going to get me out of School Mines. FCS was not something that I wanted to do. I was either going FBS or I'm staying, because all the jobs that I looked at that I wanted, I couldn't get. And all the ones that they were offering me, I didn't want. And last year there was a lot of pretty good FCS schools open. My agent called, so I'm not interested. I don't think those are better. When this job opened, it's better. It's the best job in America. I think it's better than 50% of the FBS schools. It's better. It's the big time, and that's that's what I wanted. I wanted to go someplace where it really, really mattered. And I want to win where it really matters. And that's why I'm standing here today. And you can do it on a yearly basis here. And I know there's pressure. It's different. You know, it's different than where I came. There's pressure, but there's passion. I grew up in Nebraska. I thought every place was like Nebraska, where every day of the year, all you thought about was the Huskers. And then you move around, and it's not the case. And you always dream about being in that situation, again, where everybody lives and breathes that football team. That's what this is. And that's why I'm so excited about that. My responsibility as a head football coach is teaching and preparing and motivating these guys. And the biggest thing is, these kids, you can win games and programs, but when it's all said and done, maybe it wasn't that much fun. You win football games, but it really wasn't the experience that you really wanted. I do not want our players to ever leave feeling like they didn't get everything out of it that they dreamed about. So that's what we gotta get done. We gotta win games, but we gotta have fun doing it. And I gotta be able to put a great staff together to be able to create that environment where every day our players love to come to work, our coaches love to come to work, and that locker room experience after a win is unlike any other. There's a lot of people out there that make a lot of money. A lot of my friends, they're making a lot of money. My wife asked me, how come all your friends make so much money and you don't? I get paid on Saturday in the locker room after a win. And those guys that are closing billion-dollar deals will never have the feeling that I have with those guys. So that's what it's all about. So that's why I talked to Ty and Lengy and Justin. We're going to keep those guys around here, and we're going to keep this this transition is going to be very smooth. Those guys are quality people, quality coaches, and I want to say that when I talk about this program moving on, we're building from what Mick did. We're not trying to change anything. We may polish something here or there, or, do it something a little bit different, but this thing is not broken. And Coach Delaney and his staff did an unbelievable job. We're just trying to move forward from where they're at. And those three guys are really going to help me. I'm going to lean on those guys to keep the Montana way going. Coach Delaney's been one of my favorite guys for a long time. He's on Sonny's staff at CSU, and I've X and O'd with those guys a few times, and spent some time with Coach, and when I meet people from Montana, I like them all, and I have a blast with them, and that's why when when I had the opportunity to come here, I was like, that's where I want my boys. I want them around those type of people. Pryor Orser, is a Montana guy. He's 2 doors down from me, 13 years, 14 years I think, and that's what I want my boys around. Pryor Orser, so it's very exciting to have those 3 guys. Also, Chad Germer. You guys may know Chad Germer. He's going to come back and coach our offensive line, and we're going to have the toughest offensive line in the country, and you have to have that. Everyone thinks that we're going to spread this thing out, and it's all finesse, and we never run the ball. No, that's not our football team. We're going to be tough. We're going to have a 1,000-yard rusher, and we take what the defense gives us. They're going to give us that box, we're going to run at it, okay? And we've got to have a tough offensive line, and I've known Chad for a long time. He was on Joe's staff, and I know he played here, great player, and he was one of the first calls when I thought I was going to get this job, and I went and met with him on Sunday, and he's all in. He's ready to roll. So we're going to continue to complete the staff. I'm going to bring 4 guys with me off my staff at Mines that are unbelievable coaches, teachers, people. I can stand up here and talk to you about them. You just need to meet them. They're awesome. And words don't do them justice. You're going to really, really enjoy being around the guys that I'm bringing. And this staff is going to be fantastic. And these kids it's a tough transition for players when they lose their coaches, and these guys are going to make it as easy as possible for them. What do I want to do as head football coach? We want to produce exciting football, very exciting football, and you got to win. Statistics don't mean anything if you don't get it done in the end. And Ty and I have talked about their defense, very good defense. We got to score some points though. And we want to do it in an up-tempo fashion, and we're going to wear people down, and we will win in the 4th quarter. We will wear these people down, and we're going to have a fresh defense. This offense is very efficient, but we're going to run a lot of plays. We're the fastest football team in America the last 2 years. Last time I checked, Baylor was second, and we were number one last year. We're running right at 90 plays a game, an average for an offensive team is about 63, 65. So you're making that defense defend a third more plays, and it wears on them, and it wears on them. And are you killing your defense with an up-tempo spread offense? Some teams do. We do not. We were 11th in the country in time of possession. Also, the fastest team, and we're keeping the ball and keeping our defense off the field. We've led the nation this year in first downs, 29 a game. We were second last year, 29 a game. That's how you do it. Very efficient, and we've got to school up our quarterbacks to be able to attack the defense where it's weak. We're going to keep it simple. What we run in spring is what we're going to run all season long. What changes is how we attack the defense and what they're trying to do. If you look at our scoring, it's okay in the first quarter. Second and third, we're getting after them. By then, we know exactly what they're doing, and we're going to attack that. And then I can communicate with the quarterback, and from the work that I've done with him all week, he's going to go get them and go after them. And this is a style of football that will attract great recruits. Kids want to play in this. Receivers want to catch 80, 90, 100 balls. Quarterbacks want to throw for 4,000 yards. Running backs want the ball in their hands. Our running back caught over 50 balls while rushing for 1,000 yards. So kids want to play in that system. Defensive players want to play in a system where the offense can score. It's demoralizing for a team that is very good on defense that can't score when they do get scored on, and then everybody says it's over. It's never over with us. We had a game, it was actually against South Dakota, 2005. We were down 28 with 10 and a half minutes left in the game, and we went overtime with them. We were down 17 in 2001 against Fort Hays State. 17, think about this, a minute 30 left in the game. We were down 17, and they had the ball. We won the game. I'll explain that to you sometime. It takes a lot. We don't have time for that. It was crazy. But that's what it's all about. Kids want to play in this style of offense, but you got to win. You got to win. It's not about throwing for 500 yards and losing. In the end, you have to win the football game. That's why we do it. I tell people all the time, the guy that said it's not whether you win or lose, I want to play that guy, because it does matter, So, anyway, I'm so excited. I'm so proud to be the head football coach at Montana. And, this is a responsibility that I do not take lightly. And I know that the passion, and I'm going to work my tail off. Now, the schedule is interesting to start the season next year. I was trying to find out who scheduled that. But what a great way to start off this new era of football than to play against the team that everyone has on their radar. Everybody. North Dakota State, and they're on their way to maybe winning their fourth straight, and be a great challenge. Can you imagine the environment? It's the first football game of the season. Nobody else will have played on ESPN. It's going to be awesome, and I cannot wait to run down that tunnel here next fall. But anyway, thank you so much for everybody coming out. And I'm feeling it already, the passion of this state and the Grizz Nation. And I'm very, very proud to be your head football coach. Thank you.